Hi. Yeah, it's been a bit of a busy couple days. I decided to put the pipe on, so I spent it had old oil all over it, baked on like an old transmission. Anyway, I had to scrape it off with a little chisel and a razor blade. It took me like 5 hours to get the crud off it and sand all the chips in the paint. Anyway, I got it painted. It's in incredibly good shape. That's just reflections of the paint. There's no dent there. All but perfect. So anyway, I double springed it in the front, and it's got a copper washer plus this rope, both. I put it on first with the copper washer, and it just floated around. The pipe doesn't fit quite good enough for the refinement of that tiny little thin copper washer. So I put the rope on it as well, and I glued that on with red silicone. And the pipe moves a little bit, like it floats just a little tiny bit. So anyway, I just put all my bolts in and put my bracket on and got everything tight. And it is, whether it leaks or not, that's another question. But anyway, here, these shocks, these are used Mulholland street bike shocks, and I replaced and put different springs on them, and they seem to be, I think, all right. So anyway, when I had them dismantled, they work absolutely perfect. Really good shape. I didn't bother painting the springs. They actually are dirtier than I thought, but it is just dirt. I think it'll wash off with a little bit of spray nine or something. So the problem was, Buddy that had this before drilled these out one size too big everywhere. So, and this is a swing arm off of 175 where this bracket's here, because the 250, it's up here. And that's where they notch this to fit the exhaust that go, or the shock that goes farther ahead. So I had to heat that red hot and crush the pipe and weld a little bit here on the edge. Anyway, I got it so that it misses the shock, and when it goes up, it'll miss the shock. So, let's see if I can. There we go. There. See, it misses the shock, and that when the back wheel goes up, the shock goes closer to the pipe. So that'll make it miss the same in the front as in the back, because before this curve was right here and it hit the shock, because the shock's supposed to be an inch ahead. So that I did not want to crush this pipe there, but because it was perfect. But I actually plan on denting in every one of these pipes, because I don't like the original spot where the shock is. So I'll be redoing. But anyway, that turned out good. It took a whole can of my that paint right there. It's semi shiny, which is nice, because usually high heat black is flat, and that stuff you buy at Napa. It's quite cheap. So anyway, also, Buddy, not only did he drill the holes out one size bigger, but he put them all in so that the bolts stuck out. So I had to take the back wheel off, and then I had to redo the bushings on both ends to make these bolts work. And I had to find an extra short bolt to miss the brake hub, because it's so close in here. But anyway, you can see now that I got the tire that'll turn. Look how close it is to that chain guard. But no wobble whatsoever in that wheel. But anyway, just misses the chain guard. So that's cool. But anyway, I finally got my pipe on, and um, it took me the best part of 2 days of messing around with those shocks. But anyway, I'm coming along a little better than I was a little while ago. And okay, and anyway, we all saw this. So anyway, I was going to put these S&Ws on. I thought, two good ones. So in the process of taking them apart, because one had this all scarred up and the other one was perfect. But so anyway, one of these shocks that I bought was advertised it's no good, it won't come back up. It went in and won't come back up. But the other one was good. Anyway, this is the one here. This goes down, and if I'm able, there, and look, it comes up and it works absolutely beautiful, stiff as anything. Anyway, I have three. I bought one more set. One was good and one was seized. And this set was all together, but it had a scarred one of these, so I took it apart. And when I took it apart, I pushed the shock down, and it goes down nice and easy. Put this back in here, and pull up, and you can't budge it. It will not move. It will not come up. So both of those shocks, they'll go down, and you can pull them up maybe that much per day, and in a week's time you get them up all the way, and then push them back in and they won't come up again. So anyway, the other one that I had that was seized, I hooked it up to the come-alongs, to the ceiling of the barn, the beam, and I maxed out the come-alongs pulling that shock out. I tied it to the chain that's where the cattle used to hook onto, and that's where I hooked the shock on the base, and I hooked the top to the come-alongs to a chain around the beam on the ceiling of the barn. And I come on to the come-alongs, and I maxed out the come-alongs, so it was like 2,000 pounds pressure to pull that shock back out. And then I unhooked it, pushed it back in, and couldn't get back out, and I did it twice. And anyway, these shocks they have a common problem of seizing up, so they weren't a candidate for what I want to do here. So I grabbed the Mulhollands and got them to work. So anyway, but yeah, anyway, I'm happy now. It was quite a little chore putting that pipe on, and as I said, I had to really bite the bullet to grab the torch and heat that up and make a bigger loop in there for the shock. But I'm planning on doing it to every one of them, so it's not a big deal. So anyway, yeah, good night.